Good shot, Bingo.
Thank you, Bertie.
You're looking very doleful.
Myrtle went to the cinema in Marketingham with Steggles last night.
Ah, yes, well, you know what Kipling said? The F of the S is much more D than the M.
Really?
Well, Jeeves, what do you think?
Well, if I might paraphrase the poet, sir, I think perhaps we should be valiant but not too venturous.
Ah, yes, but was the poet's ball plugged into the bramble 200 yards from the green and surrounded by trees?
He made no mention of it, sir. Perhaps I can suggest that a spade mashie or even a mashie niblick onto the fairway would be the intelligent shot.
Oh, I agree.
Leaving us with a simple pitch onto the green.
Ah, yes, but we Woosters are made of sterner stuff. Hand me my number 2 iron.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Say that again? Well, part of the secret I've found is not to close my eyes till I'm almost at the top of the backswing. Very interesting. That's what £2.10 you owe me. I'll just get some change in the bar. Wait here for 5 minutes. One, two, three.
So, where did it come down, Jeeves?
I'm not altogether certain that it did, sir.
What, you mean it's still in the air? Hefty hit, eh?
Yes, sir. I fancy, however, that our next stroke may pose us some small difficulty.
What a ridiculous place to leave a tree. Right. Yes, I think stroke and distance, don't you, eh, Jeeves? Just shin up there and get it for me, will you? I say, Jeeves, isn't that Harold the page boy over there?
Yes, sir. I believe he comes here caddying on his days off. The few shillings he earns buys food to supplement his diet.
Well, whoever owns that club he's ruining isn't going to be too pleased.
Enjoyed the game, Steggles. Me too. Hey, you!
Well, I don't see that it affects us. We're all at a good price. I put us on at anti-post odds for this very reason, so that we'd have nothing to lose by Harold's form becoming known.
It affects us all right if he doesn't start at all.
What do you mean?
Jeeves said Steggles may try to nobble him before the race begins.
No. Good Lord.
There's all sorts of ways of nobbling favourites. You ought to read some of those racing novels. In Pipped at the Post, Lord Jasper Malevola outs Bonnie Betsy by bribing the head lad to slip a cobra into her stalls the night before the Derby.
Well, I can't imagine where Steggles is going to get hold of a cobra.
You wouldn't like to stand guard in Harold's room, would you, Freddie?
No fear. What are the chances of a cobra biting Harold, do you think?
Well, from the look of Harold, it's the snake I'd be worried about.
So, as we look around the valley of our lives, do we, like Ezekiel, see nothing but dry bones? Do we, like Ezekiel, doubt the Lord's capacity to animate these bones? Do we doubt the Lord's miraculous powers? Do we shake our heads when the Lord asks us, can these bones live? Or do we, with the Lord's help, do we, with the Lord's help, do we, with the Lord's help, put breath back into these bones? It is up to us, isn't it? The Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, amen. Nonsense!
I felt it wriggling.
Disgraceful behaviour of these choir boys. Very enjoyable service.
I have warned you about this before. Oh,
Jolly good, Vicar. Well
so
done.
glad.
Splendid, splendid.
From this moment you cease to be a member of my choir. Go! Miserable boy!
I didn't want in your rotten choir anyway.
Those bets, old boy. I'm afraid you lose your money.
What do you mean?
As I recall them, the race rules read open to all those members of the choir whose voices have been broken before the second Sunday in Epiphany. Members of the choir, you notice.
Well, all
It's a pity you didn't opt for the starting price. I always think SP's the only safe way.
talk about the purity of the turf. A most ingenious young gentleman, Mr. Steggles, sir.
Bally swindler, you mean?
It would now seem that for this afternoon's sports we rely entirely upon Mrs. Penworthy and the Mother's Sacres.
Not entirely, Jeeves.
Indeed, sir.
No, I've entered bingo in the 80 yards dash for mature gentlemen.
Mr. Little, sir?
I can't seem to buck him over this Myrtle business, and a win on the field of tournay does wonders in the way of impressing the ladies.
If I may say so, sir, I think that when the organisers use the word mature, they are in fact using it as a euphemism for elderly.
Quite. So he'll obviously start as favourite. Now, if we put, say, £50 on bingo to win, well, the syndicate can take Steggles to the cleaners.
Yes, if I may also say so, I think that Mr. Little is bound to start at such very short odds.
Oh, tush, Jeeves. Faint heart never won lots of money. £50 on Mr. Little to win.
I fear, sir, that even so substantial an investment as £50 will yield little more than pennies.
All right, then. Make it 100.
I still believe, sir.
Everything's under control, my dear.
Not too hard, Dale. Hildy, not too hard.
Everything all right, girls?
Now, Hildy!
Entries closed for all events in 10 minutes. Come along, please.
There's a slight rise in the ground to the right of the track, so stay in lanes 1 or 2 if you can. All the way, Mrs. Penworthy. What's the going like, Jeeves?
Good to firm, sir. I'm afraid it'll suit Mrs. Hodges. She likes to feel the ground.
I'm not afraid of no Mrs. Hodges.
No, of course not.
Rubbish, she is.
Thank you. Roll up, 3 shies a penny. 3 shies a penny?
It's Myrtle. Don't look. Well, what are you telling me for, then?
Oh, look at her, Bertie.
You just told me not to.
She walks in beauty like the what's-it, Bertie.
Well, why don't you go and speak to her?
Oh, I couldn't.
Could I?
I will.
All comers for the three-legged race. Report to the starters' table now.
Cynthia, starters' orders.
Take over, Mavis. Righto, Cynthia.
We're back to winner on this one. What's more, Mr. and Mrs. Puckeridge are completely incorruptible.
On your marks. Get set. Go.
Wooster, old chap, could I crave a boon?
Anything, sir.
I hear young Steggles is making a book on the sports. Would you place a bet for me?
Hugo,
Oh.
what are you doing with that money?
Yeah, well, I was just asking young Wooster here to buy me a slice of Eccles cake, my dear.
Any Eccles cake that you require, Hugo. I will go. Come.
21 or over, you get a prize. Come on.